Hello, everyone. Welcome to this special book coaching session, How to Earn Money as a Virtual Assistant in 2022 and beyond. I'm so excited to be in here, and I hope you are. It's going to be an exciting conversation, practical conversation that you would use to actually start off your business, and keep improving what you do from there. So welcome, my name is Ojugo Ajunwa. So I will just kickstart this meeting. Okay, so in case you're catching this replay, would love to meet you and hear a little bit about you. Share your name, your career focus. Have you worked as a virtual assistant before? We would love to know. And share your expectations. What would you like to learn, from this mini workshop? So a little bit about us. Right Track Consulting is our organization founded in 2009. Our client portfolios ranges from working with individuals, small businesses, multinational companies, and public sector entities, plus non-governmentals. Our services include digital marketing advisory services, social media marketing and management consulting services, professional training. And then we also, do quite a lot with your projects, with improving your processes, event management, and so on. So thank you for being in here. I'll just, introduce myself just to build a background, before we start. Again, my name is Ojugo Ajunwa. If you're meeting me for the first time, I'm so pleased to, be in here with you. I'm a co-founder at Right Track Consulting for the past 12 years. Blessing, you're welcome. I think someone is joining us. My roles have been in project management consulting, training, IT services, software implementation, digital marketing, event management. I'm the author of some books, Content to Currency, Lessons Learned Managing Projects in Nigeria, and then A Day in the Life of a Project Manager, along other project managers from across the world. These books are available on Amazon. I facilitate training in other organizations, Enterprise Development Center in Abuja, Nigeria, and SME Traction. I also am a mentor at Cherry Blair Foundation. I speak globally and locally, and you can connect with me on these platforms, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. We have a virtual assistant hub community over there, and we welcome you in. Thank you, Blessing, for being in here. Blessing, Ceylon, thank you for being in here. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, I can.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. So we'll go into the business of the day. There will be Q&A at the end, as people join in and all of that. Please concentrate for the short time we'll have this session. Get your journal, keep your phone a little bit aside so that we can have a valuable conversation. Okay, so we're about to kickstart properly. So let's start with understanding. Yes, people talk about virtual assistants, and all of that. But it's something we all do without the name in quotes. So let's try to, put it in perspective, who a virtual assistant is, and what the person actually does. So that's what we'll try to, build in at this moment. So who is a virtual assistant? I got this from Wikipedia. A virtual assistant is generally a self-employed person that provides professional, administrative, technical, or creative assistance to clients working remotely from a home office or even a hub, or even from your regular office. So you see, it's actually you working from anywhere. and in any part of the world. That means you could be in Nigeria, where I'm broadcasting from, and you're working with a client in South Africa. You're working with a client in Kenya. You're working with a client in Egypt. You're working with someone in Dubai, the UK, Canada, and the list goes on and on, because you're providing that person services that they don't really need to have you there because of technology, and all of that. They don't need to have you in there. But by the time you come in there, you're able to, deliver and use technology tools to create the deliverables they actually would need. So let's see, why do people need VAs? There is a market gap. So the problem is that there is a gap in the market. With the emergence of online platforms, social media platforms, people having their websites, the internet moving from just 4G to even 5G, a lot of businesses have gone online in their numbers, even since the pandemic. Before the pandemic started, that was going on. But then with the lockdowns and so many things, a lot of businesses went online. But there is a gap. Digital skills are lacking. Online business management skills are lacking. And that's where the virtual assistant would come in. According to some financials, according to verified market research, the global intelligent virtual assistant market size was valued at $5 billion in 2020 and is projected to reach 50.9 billion by 2028. That is, we're broadcasting in 2022. That is in the next 6 years. So you see, it's a quantum leap. It's a quantum leap. The services are required by everyone. So the growth is almost 30%, according to them, between 2021 and 2028. Customers, we'll still talk about who your customers could be as a virtual assistant. Established businesses, there are so many gaps in there. In fact, the other day I was seeing someone talk about, writing for corporates, being the one that provides the emails they send out. It's a big business, it's a big thing. It's a big portfolio to write for an organization online. The other day, I also saw a business talk about, that they will start creating podcasts, with the emergence of podcasts globally. They want someone that would work remotely to help them interview people and create podcast series. So you see, the thing is that it's not about the name virtual assistant, but about the creativity you're bringing to these organizations, about the gaps you're filling in. So again, established businesses, emerging businesses, micro, small, medium enterprises, they do need virtual assistants. So you see, it's a huge place that needs to be filled in. And that's why at BrightTrack, we are there, we are poised to help bridge that gap, because we know that you can close the gap with administrative and technical support that you can provide to these organizations. You can actually close the gap. The target customers, companies, individuals, not-for-profits, because they have the likelihood that they need a virtual assistant. And imagine if you present yourself in the right way and present what you could actually do for them. You could even have retainers. I've seen virtual assistants with 20 companies they work for remotely. You're not working physically in there, you're working remotely. So you see these people come up all the time and they are able to, hire your service because they need you. Their regular staff, they are already so busy. So they need your service. And a beautiful thing is that it's easy to start. So there is a low barrier to entry. And that's what we want, this short coaching session to actually do. Please remember that you would have Q&A. So please, any question you have, please feel free to, note it down, and we'll definitely come back to it. So I'll just go at a little bit of a fast pace, but note your questions. Will definitely have a lot of time to, go through questions that would find. And if you catch this on replay in the group or on YouTube, wherever you would catch this on, please feel free to drop questions below. The future of work as we know it is remote. We saw that with the pandemic. A lot of people now told their staff, please work from home. Please stay at home, just deliver on the tasks you were given and all of that. Upwork is a freelancing site. We'll talk about it later. It says 73% of teams would have remote workers by 2028. 73% of teams in organizations will have a lot of them working remotely by 2028. Google says it's expanding its employee work from home policy through June of last year. That means they are now allowing people to start working from home. Reuters, employees can work from home until January 2021. So you see the landscape is changing. We said virtual assisting is working remotely. So that means you're actually working in several organizations remotely. Twitter suspended business travel and in-person events for the rest of 2020. That means people work remotely. We are using platforms like we are now on Zoom. We're using it to connect and work with people from wherever they are. Amazon, employees can work from home through January 8, 2021. So you see a lot of people are even saying, don't return, don't return to the office. So that means remote work is here to stay. So let's take a quick poll. Maybe in the next two, since we are not a lot on the call, in the next 3 to 5 minutes, how would you rate your organizational skills? Your personal organizational skills. Is it below average, average, or above average? I would like to see in the comments. I would also like to see if you're catching this on replay. How detailed are you on a scale of 1 to 10? Because, to work as a virtual assistant, you must be very organized. You must be very detailed. 10 is the highest. So you could just type that in the comments, just so that this is interactive. So quick poll time while I take a sip of water. Okay, wow. Leslie says hers is above average. That is really interesting. Really interesting. Okay. So if it's above average, I'm sure you're also detailed. So we'll move on from there. Please share yours. Please share yours. We love to have you engage with what we're doing. So next we'll talk about types of virtual assistants. So I'll just quickly go through this. The first type is the generalist. The generalist. So what does the generalist do? The generalist does everything. There is nothing specific. He can be booking, appointments, meeting appointments. He can be, creating a travel plan for a team. He or she can be doing just about anything. So there is no specialty with the generalist virtual assistant. So the generalist can make anywhere from $8 to $50 per hour, depending on their expertise and their area of specialization. So typically, it's an hourly rate you may charge, depending on the activities like data entry, formatting reports, research, scheduling, responding to people's emails, setting appointments, fielding phone calls, creating documents. You could just charge for the hour. And we'll talk about tools you could use to track what you're charging. Then you also have the specialist. So at the end of this, you will let us know whether you're a generalist or you think you would fit in as a specialist. So for the specialist, the social media specialist would craft social media posts, engage on behalf of the customer, and create social media advert campaigns if the person has an advert budget. Then you also have internet marketing specialists, where the person also crafts engaging marketing emails, writes blog articles, performs search engine optimization research, creates landing page copy, and so on. Then you have medical virtual assistants. In fact, we also have real estate virtual assistants. So you could work industry by industry. I don't want to go through all of this. You could work industry by industry. You could also be one that works on the organization's websites, making sure some websites, when I go there, I just see them write something maybe way back as 2011 or 2012, you know, and it shows nobody is updating the website routinely with current information. Sometimes you see events from 10 years ago, 12 years ago, you know. So if that, or if you find such an organization, a bonus tip about this is go and research the organizations, find what you can do for them, you know, and write them. You could use social media or their formal emails, write them. You never know what you would find. You know, other technical skills you can, you know, provide: graphic design, video editing. I mentioned podcast production earlier, webinar editing, YouTube platform management, you know, and so on. The list is actually endless. It's all up to you. So what are the areas of service provision? You know, let's just do a quick skill audit. You can provide different services depending on the skill sets you possess. Gathering data, researching for that particular industry, monitoring productivity or profitability reports, transcribing webinars, short videos, podcast episodes. And guess what? There are tools that would help you do this. So you're just doing that on behalf of that customer. Managing your inbox, scanning and flagging important emails for that client, booking travel, uploading blog posts, managing the client's meeting schedule, running reports. There could be several of them. Handling minor customer service concerns, uploading items to the clients. Like if a client has an e-commerce store, you can, when something is out of stock, you can update the store, you know, and so on. Communicate with their vendors and with their customers. So you see, the list is endless. Read trade publications and summarize the relevant content for them. Manage online registrations for an event and support them on their events. Upload online surveys and monitoring activities. Coordinate events. Find customers and staff appreciation gifts. Moderate online forums. Respond to social media direct messages, tweets, comments, and so on. Schedule social media posts, organize content, organize online advertising reports, create and curate YouTube playlists, build and manage their Facebook groups, their Twitter lists as a community manager, create images in a tool, a graphic tool called Canva. There are so many other graphic tools, but I mentioned Canva because it's easy to use. Research and stay up to date with social media channels, know what is new. Like every day you'd see Instagram. If your client uses Instagram, you need to be on top of your game with all the new things that are happening on Instagram. If your client uses LinkedIn, you need to know what exactly is going on these platforms. Webinar setup, live webinar assistance, online learning management system setup, WordPress updates, virtual summit management, competitor analysis, audience research, and the list could go on and on. The aim is to let you know that there are a myriad of things you could actually do as a virtual assistant. And guess what? If you're business savvy, you can actually set up your own virtual assistant business. And that's what we'll show you how to do towards the end of this session. Other service roles, social media manager, a sales funnel strategist, business consultant. Yeah, business consultants, you can do that virtually, remotely for other businesses. Email administration, WordPress, that's a tool for building websites. You could be able to update their sites, like I said earlier. You can also become an online business manager. A copywriter, you copyright remotely for people. They don't need to see you. You just create the copies they need, and you're paid for those services. Facebook ad management, a launch strategist. These days, people, in fact, I have a session next week for someone, a VIP day for someone that wants to launch her ebooks, her online courses. How does she go about it? So you can even be the one providing that if you have that skill, manage webinars, help them automate, create their landing pages, and so on and so forth. So let's do a skills audit. What do you bring to the table in exchange for these dollars, this naira, this rand, that we may be talking about? List every skill. I always like to give assignments as part of my coaching sessions. List every skill that you've gathered in the past 1 year to whatever year. Some of us may have even worked for up to 25 years. List your skills. Match them to the types of services you want to provide. Yes, I've given us, let me recap a bit. I gave us a list of different services. So what skills do you have? Match them back to those services we listed, and even so many more. What competencies do you have? What programs do you know how to use? So this is where you're doing some personal, meeting with yourself. What competencies and programs do you have no experience with or you're not very good at? Also list them. What would you like to learn? What programs would you like to use? What competencies and programs do you not like to use? Because even though I gave us like a list of, over 30 things you could do, you may not want to do every single thing. So just swim in the lane that you're very good at or you aspire and you love to learn. So again, that coaching assignment, do a skill audit of what you know very well that you can provide as a service immediately to clients, and classify them into soft skills and hard skills. Soft skills are those simple things, like helping to read a research journal. A hard skill could be learning to maintain a website. I'm just trying to give us an example. It may not be what I have said. Then the second one, what skills can you pick up and offer as a service? I would love you to take a screenshot of any part of the session you find useful. Maybe it's even your assignment. Follow me on Instagram, coach_Ojugo, and then you can also share in the VA Hub group if you're already in there. Share your assignments privately as well. I would love to see and help you further, clarify what exactly you should be offering. We'll soon be wrapping up. It's not a long one, but I hope it has been valuable. Like I said, there will be time for questions towards the end. So when you want to start out as a VA, someone asked me the other day, what tools? How do I even start? I don't know. Sometimes when people join the group, they write, I don't know where to start from. So I've given us an idea of, you positioning yourself with offers, what you're able to create for this client. And then truthfully saying to yourself, what skills do I want to pursue? What do I already know? What can I offer someone in the next 12 hours, in the next 1 hour, and so on. So the skills you will need an email address purely for work, so that mails that go into this email box, they are purely for work. Then you could also need a landing page. I may not say a website at this time because I don't want you to be overwhelmed with setting all of this up. I want you to be able to even start something. Canva allows us to build websites. As of last year, I think they started that. It's so easy, one pager. We're not saying make many pages that will describe what you do to your customer. WordPress sites, you could also use that. Google also offers a free Google site. Flutterwave is a tool in Nigeria. You could use this to actually make people go to a link to pay for your service, with their cards and all of that. Then you could also take training, sometimes this training will bridge the gap. In fact, most times. So we have one we call How to Set Up Your Virtual Assistant Business. It's so concise, and we've had, loads of people go through this program, and it's a great starting point. It's a great starting point. I'll talk about it a little bit further as we wrap up. Then time tracking, you could use a tool called Toggle. You can, just Google this and create an account on it. You could also take a look at invoicing tools. There's Simple Invoice. They work in Africa, Nigeria. If you're abroad, there's Wave apps, Wave, and then apps. If you just Google that, you will be able to find all of that. Then make sure you formally register your business, because some organizations may not want to work with unregistered businesses, and you don't want to shoot yourself in the leg. Other tools, your VA reporting templates, like weekly reports, and all of that. We discussed some of these when you get into the course. Cloud storage, Google Drive. You could use Google Drive. There is OneBox, there is Dropbox. I just try to use this example so that it's not so lengthy. Then project management tools, there's Trello, there is Asana, there's ClickUp, whichever one works for you. There are so many tools. Trello is simple to learn and start using so that you're able to work with your clients in a structured way. There's Calendly. Now, Calendly is so useful because you could use it to set up discovery calls with your potential clients, so that on these free calls, you can you could do it in 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Some people even do 30 minutes. On these free calls, you sell the service. And make sure that you've researched that potential customer, like I said earlier. Find out what gaps they have, and then sell that you can fill up these gaps on these calls, so that they discover your zone of genius. Then again, pull out your links, on Calendly, put them on a tool called Linktree. I know I'm giving out a lot of tools, but this would even help you start up. So use this on your profiles. It could be Instagram, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook, bio. These are beautiful places to place your links, and then we'll still talk about how to make sure people come to these links. You could work from home as a virtual assistant. You could use a virtual hub near you. Collaboration tools, you could use Slack. There's a tool called Rock. You could even use your simple WhatsApp, Telegram, and all of that. It makes it easy to talk, do all the back and forth with that potential client. Then you must have energy. If you're living in Africa, Nigeria, I don't know about other countries, the power supply may not be stable. If you're working from home, you may just need to find a way to provide power, and all of that. I'm not castigating anybody, but I'm just saying be prepared, because you don't want to give excuses to your customer. And then good internet. I don't want to advocate for any particular internet, because some of them, you may even need a backup, not just one provider. You may need a backup to be able to do your work on time. Remember, people are paying you for being organized, being on time, and so on. So we go to the heart of our program, just to wrap up. How would you earn those monies that we've been showing you, the dollar sign, as a virtual assistant? So one thing to do is position yourself properly. Clean up your profile. If you didn't position before as a virtual assistant, we always tell people, clean up your profile. Then start joining job boards. There are so many available, but look for the good ones. In Nigeria, there is one called Jobberman. I see a lot of people get jobs off Jobberman. Be active on social media sites like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Join groups where your target audience, the people that you're showcasing, if you're looking to be a legal virtual assistant, go into where lawyers are, real estate, go into where real estate people are, medical, go where the hospitals are, and then position yourself and tell them what exactly you could do. In fact, in some comments, when they ask questions, you can sell what you do, not sell like being salesy, but you could position yourself as a solution to what they need, inside of these groups. We talk about a lot of this inside of the program. Then use social media content that converts, so don't just write or post for posting's sake. Write with an intent of converting people. I have a book called Content to Currency. I think maybe I would put in the link below the, wherever I would share this so that you're able to get your hands on it, and how to write content that converts to currency, to payments. So people now see you positioning yourself as an authority, someone that knows what they are talking about when it comes to providing virtual assistance. Then create your offers. Create your offers. We may not be able to do so much of, sharing what we mean by offers, but basically offers are what you're giving that potential audience. And I would love to add, that when you make an offer, also add a free gift. It's just like what I'm doing now with this group coaching. It's valuable, it's a free gift for you. So most times people would want to check in with your free gifts first before they move into paying for your service as a virtual assistant. Bonus tips, when you start giving, maybe it could even be a free 1-hour taster service to a client, get their testimonial, showcase what you've done for people. We call it in marketing social proof. People want to have social proof that, oh, this person has actually been doing what they said, and they have the confidence to approach you for your services. Be professional, be professional in how you work, how you deliver. Create contracts when they hire you so that everything is clearly stated out. Use invoicing and receipting tools. Most businesses want to have that track, so once you position yourself as a professional, they want to be dealing with you all the time. So how would you set up your virtual business? In that program would cover who is a VA and the knowledge base you should have, the skills for the business. If you need to build a team to help you, like if you're so entrepreneurial and you're like, hey, I think I could do this and build a team that can help me, we'll talk about all of that in there. We'll look at the virtual industry overview. We'll look at several services and pricing suggestions that you could use to kickstart your business. We'll talk about building a unique brand that would stand out, niching down, and identifying your ideal clients. We talked about medical, legal, real estate, VA, small business, VA, and so on. Niching down is important so that you're known for that particular service. We can't be everything to everybody. Then we'll talk about how to attract, nurture, and retain your ideal clients, even if you're just starting out. Then we'll talk about creating the right systems and structures for your VA agency if you want to go that route. Then we'll look at job interview questions clients will ask you, when they want to bring you into their business, how to deal with difficult clients, collaboration ideas that will skyrocket your cash flow sooner than later. And then we'll do loads of case study reviews. The format, you can finish this program in 6 to 12 hours. You can take it in bite sizes, 1 hour a day till you're done. The formats are videos, downloadable PDFs, audios, and a support community to keep you accountable. You can preview the program over here. Let me see if I can actually, show us that. Okay, no, I don't think that's the right link. Sorry, that was an error. This is actually the right link. So let me try to, okay, so no, that's just the payment link again. But, inside of this group, I'll try to share what we'll be looking at, so that it's easy for you. I thought I had that in there, but unfortunately, it's not in there. But you can just click on this to pay for the program. We have a third cohort, which would launch April 1st to 30th, and registration ends March 28th. So these are some of what our past clients are saying about the program. Olusegun says the course was an eye-opener for me, and now I can maximize the skills that have been lying fallow all these years, and I'm set to earn a consistent side income. The training was awesome, Emmanuel said, and highly impactful. It has actually changed my career path, and I've gained the knowledge of how to provide my services professionally and get paid for it. The course delivery has my 5-star rating. Ifaka says, I've been struggling with how to use the numerous skills I've gained over the years, and this course taught me to package and monetize my skills. It's a complete guide with several tools you can use to do your work remotely, how to get clients, and much more. And she says, I highly recommend it. So I'll try to go through that briefly after we take our questions. So thank you for being in here. Blessing, do you have any questions? It's a good time to ask your questions either on the comment or you can turn on your mic. Remember, if you're catching this remotely, later on as a replay or wherever you catch this, please send your questions in. Where would you need help with creating your virtual assistant business? And then do you need tech gap skills coaching? Like you need coaching on how to use Canva, email marketing, social media management or marketing, community management, blog article writing, Google Drive administration, Trello administration, those project management tools we mentioned, Airtable, share with us. Would love to hear from you. Thank you. Thank you, Blessing. Please feel free to drop your questions if you have questions. Was everything clear? Okay, she says, as a new VA, I'm finding it difficult to pick a niche. So let me know your background a bit. Where have you worked and what skills could you say you have? Because we have to start from the known to the unknown. Okay, you're a stay-at-home mom. Okay, I see. So basically, if you have great administrative skills, you can pay attention to details. You could just start out as a general VA, offering some of those things we listed earlier. I hope you took notes or a screenshot. I think we'll still have the replay. You could still go through it later. So you can start from there, and then by the time you start, okay, you've worked as a customer attendant in a restaurant. Okay, I see. So by the time you start, that means you could do customer care. You can niche down to say, oh, I'm a customer care VA. Do you know people need people manning their Facebook groups, their WhatsApp groups, their Telegram groups? When they have webinars like this, some people would, if it's like you have a lot of people, you may need someone coordinating the comment section. So you could actually niche down. If you know you enjoy customer service, you can actually niche down and start there and provide it remotely for people and charge a fee. So that could be a niche from what you've said, so far. from what you've said so far. So more questions, I encourage us. We are here to support you, at Right Track. Encourage you to please drop your questions after listening in. If you also feel you need tech skill gap coaching, we are also available to help you. Thank you, Blessing. Thank you for being in here. So thank you so much. We are available to help you. And like I promised, you can schedule a chat with this link. It will lead you to a WhatsApp page, and then you can converse a bit more with me. We look forward to assisting you. We want people, even if you're staying at home as a mom, you can still earn a living. Even if you're a man and you're out of job, please don't feel, that, we didn't show pictures of men. This could be anyone, a young graduate, it could be you. You could even be a student. You can actually do virtual assisting. And from there, you can hone your skills and become more. So we encourage you, start conversations with us. We are there to support you. So the next thing I would want to do before I wrap up is just to quickly show us the course. Let me see if I can easily go to the page, where you can find it, just so that you see quickly what I was talking about. Okay, so let me just try to go to a particular page for it on our website. Just a moment before I wrap up so that you see what the course would contain. Okay. Okay, so that's the course page. I will drop that link over here so that it takes you straight to the page so that you can just read a bit more about it. If you feel that, oh, I would really need this, you can take a look at that link, come back to us. We have a cohort 3, like I mentioned, starting April 1st to 30th. That doesn't mean you can't come in at another time, but what it means is when we launch a cohort, that beautiful networking that would occur when you're in there, all that push, the peer pressure, it would help you complete this short program and start your business. And guess what? A lot of people need virtual assistants. In fact, I would even post a recent vacancy someone sent to me. If you're in the city of Abuja, and you have virtual assistant skills, administrative, technical, we have people in there for you. We also have a database you can join, so these are some of the things inside the course. Like I mentioned, we have a database you can join. Send us your CV, like a short bio about you and all of that. And, you can just join in and start gaining the insights, start gaining the knowledge, and kickstart the program. So we look forward to seeing you inside of the program. I've dropped the link. You can also pay directly to the account and we'll open up this program for you. If you need a number to call, that is our number. And that is it from me. Thank you so much for being in here. I appreciate your time and we look forward to doing so much more with you. Thank you. God bless and have a lovely rest of the weekend.